Welcome friends. Today I will be taking you through my article which I wrote on 10th of November 2023 titled Unlocking the Story of India's 5G Rollout. Now friends, the reason I am doing this video is to tell you that how difficult it is to write an article like this. These articles are extremely important because it contains a lot of data analysis which helps us to understand the real picture. Because without doing data analysis, you really cannot understand to what extent 5G has been rolled out and what are the future potential of rolling out 5G to deploy and offer additional services. So that picture is only going to be visible once you see the coverage of 5G rollout in the country on a granularity of to a level of an operator. So this article gives you that picture. Now, how did I do this article? I did this article by triangulating data from two different sources. One is the DOT's dashboard, which has got an aggregate data of the total number of BTS and towers getting deployed in the country on a cumulative basis. And fortunately, DOT is updating this data periodically, and the latest data is available till 31st October 2023. The next state of data is available in the financial statement which the operators keeps putting out in the public domain during their earning calls. Now, fortunately, Bharti and Vodafone puts out this information that how much BTS and towers that they have deployed, so that you can extract from their earning statements. But we don't have, unfortunately, we don't have the information of Reliance Jio. So once we have the total information, that is the total numbers of base stations and towers, then you can triangulate and extract the information of Reliance Jio. So this is the method that I have adopted while writing this article. Now you can go through this article, and I don't want to basically waste my time to explain this article to you because the video is done with a separate purpose. So I will put this article in the description link, and whoever has not gone through this article will have an opportunity to go through this article. But the reason I am doing this video today is to tell you that how difficult it is to extract such simple information which should be available in the public domain in a manner that anybody can use. Now, if you go to the DOT's website, DOT has got a dashboard, and that dashboard captures the information of various metrics of the telecom industry, right? In a very, I would say, in a very nice manner, because you know, at a snapshot you are able to get each and every aspect of the telecom industry. You see, everything is available here. Now, telecom towers, the information about telecom towers and BTS is available here. Now, if I click this link here, it will go to a different website. Now, in this website, you will find that the information is plotted in a bar graph form as well as in a tabular form, but only to an extent of 12 dates. So, there are only 12 consecutive dates for which this information is available. So there is no other option available before us which I can use to download this information from a date, a chosen date. If I go here and I choose a date here, and let's say if I choose a date of any date I choose, let's say I choose January, and then I choose 1st January, and then I choose October, 30th October, because that is, I told you, the data is available till 30th October, and I just choose 31st October, and I say draw graph. So what it will tell you, that the maximum allowable range from and to duration of days frequency is 12 days. So imagine that this data is available, the total quantum of data that is available in the DOT's website is for 6 years. So do you have the capability to manually extract this data by picking blocks of 12 days? Is it possible? Right, manually for anybody. So this data actually is completely useless in a form. Whatever data is available in the DOT's website, though the final data is useful for you to view, but you can't do anything with this data unless you have the data coming from the trend data which the DOT has on a periodic basis uploaded in its website. So that data is going to be very useful because it will help you with the triangular process which I described. So what I did, because I can't extract the data in a manner which I described to you, so I had to write a Python code. So this is the code. I will run this code and show you that how this data is extracted. So this is the code, for extracting this data. So I just simply say, I'll just close this, and you will see that the window will pop up. See, you see an window popping up. So what this will do is the dates that I have chosen from the time period from where I want this data to be extracted till the time when the data is available, which is 31st October 2023. It will just go there and it will manually it will basically do it automatically. It will pick the date automatically and it will choose the blocks. Like, let's wait and see what it does. It will go there and it will choose, let's say, start from 1st June. So it's choosing that date and it will choosing the end date, which is 12th June, and it will just press draw graph, and then it will pick up this table which is down below. You see? And then it will choose another block, and then it will pick up this table. So you have to follow this process. Now it looks very bad for me to kind of do this video, because what my purpose is to explain to everybody that look, everybody among us should provide feedback to DOT to modify their website in such a way that data is seamlessly available in Excel format. Because they can have all those view graphs, but unless the data is available in a downloadable format, you can't use that data. And people like me has to spend so much amount of time doing all this coding, which I could have very easily avoided. And even ChatGPT will not help you in a situation like this, because it is so difficult to customize this in a manner that ChatGPT will go and extract this data by picking those blocks. So it's not possible. So what I'm trying to tell you is that, this is a request to everybody who is watching these videos. Let's become a little bit conscious. We as a country needs data, because whenever we are doing policy-level work, without data we can't understand the impact of those policies and what is required to be done. Otherwise we will be completely oblivious and dark. We will not get to understand anything what is going on and where we can contribute and where we can add value. So therefore this data availability of high quality data in a form that can be easily downloadable is extremely important, because there is nothing confidential about it. If this data was confidential, then there was no need for DOT to make this data available in the public domain like this. Only difficulty is that it is manually impossible to extract this data in the manner which I described to you. So that's the whole purpose of this video. So I'll just stop this program here, and I'll just show how this program, see, look, this data is coming here. So what I'm doing is I'm basically putting this data out, extracting this data and putting it in a file, and then I'm processing this data, and I drew this diagram on a quarterly basis. You can see that how the BTS deployments have increased from third quarter 2022 till the last quarter. So there's a sharp increase. However, towers have not increased. So what it is telling us, that the operators have not deployed any additional towers to expand the coverage of 5G beyond what they already have. The tower density is remaining the same, which is a matter of concern, because 5G is at a higher frequency. 3.5 gigahertz is a much higher frequency than 2.5 or 2.3 gigahertz band. So therefore, if you have a grid which is set up for 2.3 or 2.5, and then you deploy 3.5 on top of it, and then on top of it you are going to deploy 26, it's not going to serve any purpose. You need more number of base stations. So that's the point which I wanted to mention here, that 5G rollout in India is in its infancy. Lot of work is required to be done going forward to make 5G much more useful and reachable for the consumers. So this table gives you the extent to which 5G has been deployed by the various operators. For example, if you see Bharti's, the total, if you look at, I did all this calculation based on the information which I told you that I have been able to extract from their balance sheets. Now the total BTS Bharti has is 8.76 lakhs as of 30th September 2023. I extrapolated this number till 31st October 2023 by taking a proportion number of base stations and assuming that the growth is going to be, because this total number is available from the DOT's website, so I was able to extrapolate what will be the Bharti's proportion by taking this as a reference number. Similarly, the 5G BTS number is also basically available. Bharti has made this announcement. This is based on the press report which I saw in one of the newspaper, which had accurate number in this particular date. So I extrapolated this number based on the same percentage for this particular date, which is 31st October 23, because I have the aggregated number only for that particular date. So on that basis, you see the extent by which the operators have deployed the base station, their 5G. So 5G from a tower perspective, the BTS percentage of 5G tower of the operators total is 8.2% for Bharti and 24.2% for Reliance Jio. So it's quite less from the point of view of the BTSs that they have deployed. So there is more potential which the operators have to deploy more. And then the density of the tower density, if you see here, which I told you, you look at this picture, the incremental tower count from second quarter to 22 has decreased rather than increasing, which basically tells a very clear story that only the existing towers have been used and the grid density has been built for 4G. It was not built for 5G. Though you will be able to get some kind of coverage because Reliance fortunately has got 700, so that will give you a fair coverage. Or Bharti doesn't have the low frequency band; it's relying on 4G. So therefore, even if you see an 5G icon, you are basically going to get a service of 4G because of the NSA nature of the service, which probably will give you a perception that you have 5G, but you are getting a 4G data speed, and therefore 5G gets a bad name. That is another issue which I wanted to point out from this picture. So more needs to be done. So I'll not go further. You can read through this article and then let me know if you have any comments further. And thank you as usual for your patient listening.